Hey everybody, I'm back. We are back live. And I just wanted to talk to y'all for a little while, just see what everybody's up to, And this is kind of like a breakdown of what I talked about earlier, but not really because it's late and I'm kind of tired. And yeah, it's about almost 10 o'clock out here where I'm at. And I know different places have different time zones and stuff. So yeah. Uh-oh. I almost ended it. Whoa. That was crazy. Um, I'm trying to okay. Hello, ghetto preacher. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. So yeah, I just wanted to come back and talk to y'all about some stuff like um we had just had a tragedy in our family and everybody's mourning. Like on my fiance's side, they're mourning right now. They had something horrible happen. They lost a family member and they're just, trying to keep it together. And, you know, as soon as they found out about, the family member, she was gone just like that, like fast as hell. Cancer is no joke. It, it's just, it ruined a lot of lives. It ruins a lot of lives. And it's not fun to deal with. Hey, Mary Ann. Hey, Sholo. How are you all doing? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. So we're just trying to deal with that right now and the fact that, like life is short, so you have to not take people for granted and always live, your life like you don't expect tomorrow because tomorrow's not promised, So before you go to bed at night, if you have any problems with anyone around you, just make it right, because you don't want to live with the would haves and the could haves and the should haves. And I find myself always thinking about those three things. I should have did this. What if I would have did this? And I could have did this, but there's nothing that we can really do, when stuff like that happens because God, when He calls His people back, it's their time. Hey, Miss Money, sending my deepest, sincerest condolences. Thank you so much. Yeah, it does. It really does suck. And, you know, it takes a lot out of not just the person that it happened to. It takes a lot out of the people that have to deal with it on the after fact, when you have to really sit down and really like evaluate how your life is going to be with an empty space or somebody who was a big part of your family is gone, you know, and you can only cry for so long and then, you get a headache or you get tired. So yeah. So yeah, y'all, I'm just tired of, death. I'm tired of losing people. I'm tired of, it just hurts, it hurts. It does. And it's a different kind of pain than physical. It's just as bad as feeling the physical pain. It really is. It tears you up inside, tears your heart up. It just takes a lot. Takes a lot out of you. And I'm sorry about my voice. I'm just tired, y'all. I'm in remission for lymphoma cancer stage. Oh my goodness. Gail Preacher, you know what? God is with you, and you have to keep the faith and stay strong, Is remission, is that's a good thing, right? Thank you, Love 22. Amen. Never let the sun go down and you have disagreements with someone. That's right. We understand. Oh, thank you. I'm tired. But so yeah, I was talking about earlier about the George Floyd situation. I don't want to keep going back on that a lot, because some people they can't handle it, like talking about stuff like that for a long time because, like, for one, I know I have PTSD and like I'm triggered by certain things. Like if I have to stay on a subject too long with about tragedy and stuff like that. Like I was talking about it to my fiance the other day. I said I have a great blockout um block out, I guess, gift or whatever, because I can block out a lot of things like really fast and for a long time, but it's not healthy to be able to do that either, because sometimes you have to face some things. Some things are going to make you uncomfortable in life, but you still have to open up and let it, go, let it flow through, because everything in life is not going to be comfortable. Like when they say, mama said there's going to be days like this, there's going to be days like that. Trust and believe. And nobody said it was going to be easy. Not even God. He didn't say it was going to be easy. So we have to take the good with the bad. So if you say that good don't last always, then you have to think bad doesn't last always either. It goes hand in hand, you know. And I just feel like, like don't take don't take life for granted. Don't take it for granted. When you get up in the morning and you find yourself thinking about the materialistic things in life. Today when I got in my car and I drove down the street, and I was thinking, I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna stop at the store and let my nephews get out and get something to drink. And I get in the store and I come back out and I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm just thinking about going back home, driving them there, going back home. I turn the switch in my car and my car doesn't start. It just stalls out and it locks up. Like my car, when it stops, it locks. Everything locks. Like the doors lock, the steering wheel locks, where you press down on the gas and the brake, it locks. The parking brake locks. Everything locks up. The trunk, the hood, everything locked. And it freaks me out because the first time that happened, my car was in neutral and it started rolling backwards. And it was a lot of cars parked behind me and parked cars. And I was like freaking out, and I started doing the Fred Flintstone thing. I stuck my foot out the car. I was trying to stop it. I was like, oh my God, and at that time I was really underweight. I was like really small. And I'm thinking, I can't stop this car if I wanted to, you know, and I just like screamed out, oh my God, please stop this car. Cause, I had no control over it. It just locked up, the steering wheel, everything locked up, and it was just rolling by itself. I couldn't even put it in park. So finally, out the blue, the car just stops right before I hit the car behind me. It stopped, like just stopped. And I was like so happy about that. Like, man, that was just God right there. He stopped that car for me because I was freaking out, man. I didn't know what to do. Jump out the car, get behind it, try to stop it, or something. That car would have rolled over me. Like, I can't think when I'm in a panic situation. When I start to panic, I can't think right. And I gotta learn how to just, don't, because as soon as my car did that today, my fiance was like, "Don't panic, stop, don't panic," because I'm going right into panic mode. Like, oh my God, this ain't happening, So I gotta stop and take a deep breath, and that's what I did. I sat in the car. It was hot as hell. It was hot. I was sweating like crazy because everything locked up. The AC turned off. Everything, like the windows were up because I had the AC on, so it just was locked. Like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't roll down the windows or nothing. So I opened the doors and I had my nephews in there with me. So I said, y'all go stand outside the car in the shade because it was getting too hot. Oh, you have PTS too? Also, Solo? Yeah, it's nothing fun to deal with. Just got back from mass. Only 75 is allowed with mask. And you have to see with your family. You have to sit with your family for each cue. Oh, wow. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That's right. Glad you were able to attend, Marianne. Yes. Hi, money. God is awesome. That's right. Yes, he is. God did it. Yes, he did. And whenever the car stopped, out of the blue, I was just sitting there, and I was sitting there for a minute, and I just burst into tears, because I'm thinking to myself like, oh my God, like if this is the only worst thing I could think ever happening to me is my car stalling out on me and rolling and being out of my control, something is very wrong here. Like there's way worse stuff that happens to people. But the only thing that scared me the most is that I didn't have control over it and I was about to get in a car accident. Like that's what scared me. Like that's the that's the thing. Like I'm literally screaming at the top of my lungs, like somebody please help me. The car won't stop. It won't stop. And it just freaked me out. So that's all I could think about when I was sitting in my car today and it wouldn't start. And I called my brother and I called my fiance and they're like, we're on our way right now. They're both on their way towards me, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, let me not panic because I don't want my nephews to panic or anything like that. So they're my nephews. They're standing outside the car eating their little snacks and drinking their little juice and stuff, and they're not even paying attention. Like, and I'm in there like, trying to pace my breaths and stuff, trying to keep myself calm because I'm about to freak out. I hate it when I'm stranded. I hate being stranded. I was close to the house, but I still don't like being stranded. And I'm thinking, oh God, I'm gonna have to get this tow truck to tow my car and all this. And I'm freaking out. So it wasn't really a big deal to other people, but it was a huge deal to me. And like I just moved. So I don't have the money to be doing all that kind of stuff. I don't have, I don't have it. I can't do it right now. So I was freaking out, like, what am I gonna do? And I don't want them to try to hook up nothing to my car because the last time they did that, they ripped my damn power steering out. And I was like, who does that? Who doesn't know where to hook up the damn car? I was pissed off after me being scared out of my damn, brains. I was pissed off after that because I was like, you hooked up the damn string, the pulley thing to my power steering and ripped it right out the car. Just ripped it. Just ripped the power steering line right out. I was mad because this guy, he came out the blue and he was like, oh, hook it up right here. You don't want to rip your grill off your car, so hook it up to this bar right here. And me not knowing that the bar he was talking about under the car was my power steering, I'm like, okay, go ahead, y'all, hook it up to there. They hook it up, and as soon as the car in front of me try to pull my car and tries to tow it back, it rips it completely out. And power steering fluid is all over. Like, so I like jimmied it up and made it back, I like put duct tape and I put it back together so that a quick fix so I could be able to turn, put some more power steering fluid in and be able to turn and, when I needed to guide the car while they were pulling it. So we ended up getting back to the house. Anyways, long story short, this story didn't ran off to other places. But long story short is I got my car back home and I was like happy. But today the thing that was wrong with it is that my battery hookup was loose on there and I need to buy a whole new the hookup part on the top of it. I need to buy a whole new one of those. So before I could like say anything about that, my brother he's like, I bet you it's the battery, it's the battery. I'm like, no, it's not the battery, because if it's the battery, don't it show something, some sign, like don't it light up somewhere? Don't it do something? It don't just completely shut off like that. He was like, nah, it's the battery, I bet you. So he comes and he wiggles the thing on the battery, like the positive and negative thing, and my car starts beeping, like it comes back alive. He's like, see, what did I tell you? And then he starts it up. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was the damn battery. Like I'm freaking out thinking it's the motor or the engine or the alternator or something. It's the dang battery. So I'm just gonna go out and try to see if I can get that fixed or whatever. But I'm long story short, like I said, I'm glad that God be watching over me, because the things that I freak out over, it's not really nothing to be freaking out over. Like I really do jump to conclusions really fast. And while I'm over here freaking out about this, we're over here losing a family member, and there's way worse stuff. Like I'm like that's my point of all this. It's way worse stuff that could be happening, and people sit down and think, oh, this is the worst thing that could ever happen to me, but it's not. It's like way worse things going around in this world that's happening to other people. Like people are starving literally right now. People are being beat. People are being persecuted just because another person doesn't like them, or just because. So when I think about what I'm going through, I also have to think about what other people might be going through. So I have to calm myself down and figure it could be way worse than what it is. So don't be, tripping out over something small like this, like petty like this. So anyways, I ended up like today, I ended up getting back home too. So when I got back home, I just thanked God for my car starting back up and me being able to get back to the house. Even the littlest things I have to talk to God about and thank Him for, because we take those things for granted. Like we really do. We take the little things for granted. And God did not promise us, easy life. So, he promised us a fulfilled life, of a blessed life if we do what's right. But a lot of us, we backslide, we end up making mistakes and doing things we regret later on. But it's so good to know that we have another chance each day that we're still living here on earth. we have another chance. So I was just asking like my pastor or whatever, because I was wondering if it was okay to pray for people who passed on. Like if you could ask forgiveness for other people just in case they wasn't able to ask why they're here. So that's what I do all the time. Whenever someone passes away, like well, my family member or anybody, some people I don't know, I just ask God for forgiveness for them, So if that if they can make it to heaven, just in case they wasn't able to ask for themselves. Right. I start panic attack when I'm overwhelmed. That's right. That's me all day. Must have been a new trainee, right? I'm thankful you were safe. Thank you. Oh, Solo. It may be small to others, but PTS is huge to us. Yes, it is. It really is. And people don't understand how much it affects your life each day and what little things can trigger you, even sounds and stuff, and smells and sights and stuff. Like it really triggers. And like right now when my dog just barked real loud, like it that's why I get so angry. I'm like, be quiet, hush, you know, because it kind of triggers me. The loud sounds or sudden loud sounds, or like if somebody slams something on the table or close to me, it really messes with me. And it don't just mess with me for a second, like it messes with me for like almost like hours or sometime a whole day it'll mess with me. But I went through my little therapy and stuff like that, and it got a little bit better. But then the thing that really bothered me lately, that had bothered me, recently, is that my therapist that I was talking to for years, and I opened up to her and shared a lot of stuff with her, just up and just gone now. She doesn't even work there no more. Like didn't even say anything to me. They didn't even tell me. They didn't even tell me until like it was time for me to reschedule. They're like, oh, she's not here no more. She don't work here no more. I'm like, that's a big freaking slap in the face. Like, okay, was anybody gonna call and at least tell me? Like I have to start all over again telling somebody new everything that I just told this lady, and it really just pissed me off, and it made me sad at the same time because I feel like we built it up you know, um, I don't know how to put it. Like I built it up like my trust, with her to be able to open up and tell her how I was feeling, and I looked it forward to going and, venting, So anyways, like everybody has their problems, and nobody can say that they don't have problems because we all do. So I don't really care about when I get on here and I open up to people, because if you use it on me, it doesn't matter because I'm the one who told you about it. So if you use it against me or something like that, then that's just my own fault for opening up and telling people. So, but I don't really care about stuff like that because nobody can really point out anything and throw it in my face that I haven't already lived through and that I haven't already got over, or that I like if I'm dealing with something and someone like throws it up in my face that this is why you're going through this, and all that kind of stuff. I really don't care if they do that because every day is a growing day. It's a lesson to be learned in that day, and it just makes you stronger when people try to tear you down. It just makes you stronger if you think about it in a way that I'm not going to let this overcome me, overtake me. I'm not going to let what they say bother me. I'm not going to let words deter how I feel about myself or the situation that I'm going through, because nobody lived a perfect life. The only one who lived a perfect life that walked this earth that was human and human flesh is the Lord of Jesus Christ. You know, it's that's the only person that was perfect. So a person can sit over here and put on a persona that they live this perfect little life. Even rich and famous people, they're always wanting for more than just money and what they have. When you think a person have it all, they still want for something. Like people still want for stuff even when it seems like they have it all. You still want. Like I could say, this is all I want in life. But when I get all that I said I wanted, I'm still gonna want for more because I'm gonna look around and say, okay, I got all this now. I'm gonna be thinking about what I could be having still. What else could I be having? Like um now that would have sent me over edge, right? Solo. One of my friends has PTSD, right? Simply, I want you to look at my video. Do you have a short fuse? I'm sure it will bless you. It should be in up an hour. Okay, ghetto preacher, I'm gonna look at that. Venting is important for us. Those people are called narcissists. That's right. They are, you know. And it's kind of sad how people will play off of people's emotions, especially when, like, for me, since stuff bothers me so much sometimes, like, because I love people and I really do. I try to, like, you know, I try to be there for people the best I can. I try to, like, I have, like, my mom used to always tell me that you worry too much about stuff that you shouldn't be worried about. Cause I worry about everybody. Like, if somebody tells me they're going through something, like, I will literally sit there and think about that person and be like, man, I hope they're okay. I'm so worried about them. Like, I would be praying to God about, their situation and stuff. And then I'll be like, I hope I'm praying enough. I hope I'm doing this enough for them because I really want them to be okay, like, and stuff like that. Like, I would, like, literally worry myself into sickness, like having stomach aches and stuff like that. So that's why I don't like to hear bad news, because I'll have a stomach ache because I'll be worried about it so bad. Like, so I don't know. I don't know if that's selfish or something. Like, you don't want to hear bad news because you don't want to be getting sick over it. But, like, for me, having PTSD, and I used to have a problem with severe depression for a long time. Like, I used to be very, very depressed. Like, after I lost my mother and my father, I was so depressed. Like, I didn't even care if I lived or died. I didn't care, like, from the next day to the next day. I didn't really care. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything. I couldn't sleep. I didn't want to do nothing. The only thing I did do that I had to do, that I grew up, you know, having a habit of doing, is getting up, brushing my teeth, making my bed, washing my, body down, and, getting back in bed and just chilling, and doing my hair and laying back down. Like, most people who's really depressed don't even do that. So that was like an accomplishment for me for the day, because a lot of people that go through severe depression, they don't do anything. They just wallow in it. And I can't blame those people who do like that either, because depression takes a lot out of you. It makes you feel worthless. It makes you feel unworthy. It makes you feel like a loser for real. And growing up, like, I feel like I had to save the world. Like, I feel like I had to save everybody. Like, I feel like people's pain, every time someone would cry, it would break my, it's still to this day, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. When I see somebody crying or I see somebody hurt, it breaks my heart. Like, when I went over to what's her name, get into it with Goddess when she was on her live the other day and she was crying. I was hurting for her. Like, I really wanted to just jump through the screen and give her a hug, like, but I couldn't do anything. So it really bothered me that, I can't do anything for this girl and she's really hurting, like, she's literally pouring her heart out to us and she's crying. And, these monsters on here from the beef sector, they use that kind of stuff. Oh, you're crying, so you're weak. So they use it against you just because you have a heart. But some people get on here and they want the woe is me. They want the pity parties, and they want the people to feel sorry for them and stuff like that. But I mean, there's some people like that, but who am I to judge, to pick and choose who those are, who kind of people, what kind of people those people are, and what kind of people the other people are? I'm not their judge, and I'm not the one to sit over here and decipher who's being real and who's not. If you're not being real, it's gonna be revealed in the end, regardless. It's gonna come to the light, So I can't sit over here and judge anybody by their actions of why they act like this, or what they do with why they do what they do. Like, that's not for me to determine. But on the other hand, like, I don't know how to put it, but, like, I really do, like, I care about people. I do, and I care about their feelings. But if somebody crosses me and they try to make me feel like I'm a messed up person, I'm gonna speak up for myself, and I might end up, like, if it really gets to me, I just totally from A to Z, like, flip the script and just go off on that person, like, really get into their ass. Like, because I'm a Scorpio, and when I sting hard, and I will say stuff to try to get to your soul, but I won't say stuff to, like, as far as, how they be talking about people's kids and mama and stuff like that. I will just make it personal between me and that person. I'm not going to bring up their family members and stuff like that, because their family members didn't do nothing to me. So why am I going to drag their family members into it? Why am I going to drag their babies, their innocent babies, into it? I'm not like that. That's not how I get people. That's not how I go at people. Um, Self preservation is very important. That's right. When stressed, turn it around and eat desserts. I know that's right. Shoot. I can eat me up some stuff. But when I'm like, I'm really stressed out, I don't like to eat. I don't eat. I completely stop eating when I'm really stressed out. I just stop. But lately, I've been having a good, good days. I've been having good days. And I can't complain really. I've been having all right days. And I just sit over here in this new house. Like I think it's just because of the move and everything. And then I have to get used to the new surroundings after 10 years of being in the same space and then you into a different new environment. It's a little bit depressing. It is. I'm not gonna lie. You have to get used to the new environment that you're in. But today as I was sitting outside and I was looking around and I was walking my dog for a little while and then I had looked around the neighborhood and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I could get used to this. I could deal with this, because it's peaceful, like where I'm at. It's peaceful. Not a couple blocks away. It's not. It's a whole different scenery a couple blocks away. But where I'm at for the most part, it's peaceful. Like my neighbor may get up sometime and be like slamming stuff against the wall. I don't know. I asked another neighbor the other day, like, who lives next door to me because I never see them come outside. I just hear them inside, but I don't never see their face. I don't never ever see them come outside. Like I only been here for like a couple of days now, but I don't never seen them. I've seen all the rest of the people, but I never seen the people right next door to me. So I was like, "Who lives right there?" And then they was like, it's I don't know. It's like I don't. They didn't really say. And right now, while I'm talking about it, I feel like they're listening. I don't know why, but I feel like they're listening to what I'm saying because all the noise that I was talking about just halted. It just like it stopped. Like, because it goes on all night, all day. It really does. Like the banging against the walls and like it's crazy. I don't know. Like sometimes I be like, I want to go into a house, but I really don't because of the extra bills and stuff. I don't want to do that. But sometimes it seems like a good idea when you have to deal with stuff like that. I had someone cross me too many times and I finally let her go. She had the nerve to get mad. I'm a Taurus and I will wreck a China shop. I eat when I'm depressed, not stressed. I just wanted you to laugh. Oh, thank you. Hey, Miss Pink Dot. Hey, Boo. Miss Money said, ghetto preacher, a Taurus and a Ram is similar. Trust me, I'm in Aries and my mom is a Taurus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. I'm saying terrorist. Taurus. And we just got into it tough. Oh man. Yeah, my fiance is an Aries. And boy oh boy, boy oh boy. Like a Scorpio and a Scorpio and an Aries, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I'm dealing with a whole different ball game because I'm usually like I have never came across a let's see. I think I usually meet Aquarius is like Aquarius, yeah, Aquarius. That's what it's called. I think, yeah. But I'm not really too much into the zodiac sign thing. But yeah, some of them things that they be like that, like when you read the little things about how that person characteristic is, sometimes it really does fit. Like for one, I could tell y'all this though about Scorpios. They got the wrong perception about us when it comes to like as far as like being slick or whatever, like sly people. I don't try to be slick. I don't try to be sly. I'm just me. Shoot. I'm not either. Oh, okay, ghetto preacher. Yeah. Because it's against my religion anyways to be even dealing with those zodiac signs and all that. But sorry, y'all. My freaking internet thingy for the past, I don't know. It's been acting weird. It's been like what you call it? Like cutting off and then putting me on mute out the blue and stuff like that. Us Aries are a piece of work, I tell you. Oh, tell me about it, Miss Manny. Tell me about it. Shoot. The man Aries. Oh Lordy. Oh my goodness. I'm still like sitting over here like shocked. Like I'm shook it like Marianne says, I'm shook. I'm still shook from it now. But I don't know. I don't know what like they say like some signs are compatible with each other and stuff like that, but I don't know about all that stuff like that. Like whatever. But Yeah, y'all. I'm jumping from subject to subject. Y'all can tell I'm tired. Shoot. Jumping from here to there. My brain is going on like a TV, changing channels, changing channels. But y'all keep me on the same channel because I'll be changing channels a lot. But yeah, so yesterday, like I'm going to another channel here. Yesterday, I had a spicy fajita. I made a homemade spicy fajita. So when y'all was talking about those, Miss Money, I was like, shoot, I could tell y'all had to make some bomb ones because those were so good. Like they was like really good. Man, the chicken ones. I don't really make the beef ones because when I make beef, when I like to do the beef and tortillas and stuff like that, I like to make my beef casserole like with the corn tortillas and stuff like that. Because I'm not really a eating tortilla person unless it's like a burrito or something like that, or maybe like a quesadilla. But when it comes to like casseroles, the corn tortilla is the best. It really is. And I learned from the best cooks that I know of, like my grandmother. And like I wish I would have paid attention more when she was cooking because I mean, man, she could turn anything into a meal. And that's how you know somebody's a great cook when they can turn anything into a meal. Those are the best cooks around. Shoot. Like when y'all like struggling at the end of the month when you ain't got that much food left and they could turn anything into a meal and it tastes bomb, that's the kind of cook you want around you. Like that Chef Gordon or whatever. Cause I promise you he can turn anything into a meal for real. And a man that can cook is so sexy. But my fiance be cooking all the time, so it made me like lazy, and so I was like, I don't cook no more. I'll let him cook. But for the past few days, I've been cooking because he been working. He been working a lot. So before he get home, I have to have to try to whip up something and cook. But today I was like, shoot, I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't even know why I'm so tired. Maybe because I stressed myself out so bad from what happened earlier. I just got tired all of a sudden. Because stress can make you tired too. You don't even have to be working or nothing, but if you stress to the point where you get exhausted physically, that's kind of a problem. And I'm working through this damn PTSD. I wish it would just go away, but it's not like that. It's not that simple. Like it takes a long time to show up sometime in people and it takes a long time to get rid of. And I don't even really think it's a cure for it really. Like people keep telling me that you can get rid of it, it could go away, but in my mind, I feel like it's not. I feel like it's always gonna be stuck there. But I know you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to have faith in everything. And I'm always preaching to people about having faith and not giving up on yourself and stuff like that. But it just feels like it's not. It just feels like it's not getting better. It's just staying at the same. I'm staying at the same mentality of like feeling like it's not going anywhere. Like I'm stuck in this feeling, of I don't know, like regret and stuff like that. Like I don't even know what I regret. It's just a feeling of regret. It's a feeling of guilt. It's a feeling of like I don't know. It's just messed up. Like how could other people make a person feel like that when they're not even to blame, for stuff that happens to them? It just doesn't make any sense. But like we all need someone there sometime to guide us through and to help us get through what we're going through. So when I say that y'all help me out when y'all come out here and have conversations with me, I really do mean that. Y'all do. And I feel strongly about what I feel about, and I do pour my heart out to people and I tell them how I feel. And if they agree with me, they agree. And if they don't, they don't. That's fine. Because like I said, we all entitled to our own opinions about stuff. So when I come out here and I was really feeling strong about that Candace Owens lady, what she said about George Floyd, I was really serious about that because how dare her? And I would still stand by that. Even if I met the lady in person, I would still ask her, how dare you say that? Like, I was really taken back by that. Like, why? Why would you say something like that? And you're black. You're part of our community. Like, why would you even fix your lips to say something like that? I know if her mom and her dad and her grandmother and grandfather agrees with her, something is wrong with that whole family. Seriously. It's enough for you to sit over here and make jokes about being a conservative, but shit. Making jokes about or making statements about why you don't support someone who died and at the fault of someone who was supposed to protect and serve the community, that's just really low profile. That's really low. Like, I don't understand that. I wonder where my diamond is. I haven't seen her all day. I'm gonna have to call her because my diamond ain't been in here all day. Diamond Girl Tea Time. I wonder where you are. And Marianne, where'd you go? Are you still here, Marianne? So how's everybody's day been going? Like, what have y'all been doing? Because I know me, I'm just sitting over here trying to cope with this new beginning, this new, you gotta start all over again when you move. Like you don't want to take anything from your old place and put it in your new place because you're in somewhere new. So you have to start all over again. Furniture, decorating, everything. So I'm just like, dang. I mean, it's getting there slowly but surely, but golly. But yeah, I don't know, like the memorials and stuff they're doing for people in the funerals, you still can't have a large group of people together, even though there's been hundreds of people together on the streets protesting together. You still can't have large gatherings to go see your family members off. I don't understand that. Why? Candace is a piece of doo doo, right? We're supposed to have a peaceful protest tomorrow. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Because that's the way you do it. And then people want to sit over here and say whether you do violence or you do peaceful, it still doesn't make a difference. It really does make a difference. You just got to know how to reach the people. You got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to, engage with the people. This is why a lot of those police officers are laying down their guns and their shields and their helmets or whatever, and they're taking a knee with the rest of these people because, like, people say, well, if you can't beat them, join them. It's not about that. It's about doing what's right. It's about supporting what's right, what you believe in. Like some of these cops are losing their jobs because they're doing this, because they're taking a bow with the rest of the people. I'm here, gorgeous. Oh, okay. Okay, Marianne. But some of these people are losing their job because of stuff like that. And I don't understand like why society can't get with the big picture of what we're trying to do here for equality. Like we've been fighting for the same thing for years. Why not just give it up and let us be equal like the rest? Like why not sit over here and, like they say, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. I get that. I understand that completely. And do y'all know that there's some black people who really are against this, like what the community, the Black African American community is trying to do? They're against it. Our own people are against us, and that's sad. Because when we come together for something like this, we're supposed to be coming together for a greater cause. We're not trying to come together to tear each other down. We're trying to come together to build each other up. And some people that are of the same community still don't want to do that. They still don't want to come together and unite with each other over the good cause. They don't want to do that, and it's crazy. It's like if it don't got nothing to do with mess, if I can't be in some mess every day, if I can't be a part of mess, I don't want nothing to do with it. And it's crazy. It's like they thrive off of bull crap. Like why, if waking up every morning and getting into some drama or some mess and that makes you satisfied, something is wrong and sadistic about you. Like why can't you just sit over here and do what's right, what feels satisfying, what will satisfy your soul, like not something that's going to stir you up every day, stir your soul every day. Why does that make you feel good? Like I don't get it. People who thrive off of stuff like that, mess and drama and stuff like that, they really are sadistic. They are, and I will not stand. I will always stand on that, what I believe. Like that's sadistic of them, and I will always say that about that kind of person. Like, I just can't get with it. I don't understand. Like, why? How could you do something like that? And then I was over there in the chat room, and I was seeing Tracy and them, and they were like, Kwani was talking the crap, talking about what's her name, Jay Dunn's mom. Oh, she's dead. She's dead, and that she was calling her kind of all kind of names and saying, oh, she ain't never coming back, and she's skinny now. She died on the operating table trying to get liposuction, and she's dead now. She ain't coming back. She's on that table because she wanted to fix her body. I bet you she's thin now. She ain't nothing but bones now in the grave and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, are you serious? Wow. Somebody really had to piss in your Cheerios for you to get up in the morning and say some shit like that for real. Like you really got to be really sad and lead a pathetic ass life for you to get up and say something like that about somebody. Do you know that God is going to make you reap what you sow? Every single word that's coming out of your mouth right now, you're going to have to eat those words. Believe it or not, sooner or later, you're going to have to eat those words for real. You don't speak ill about nobody's dead family member. And right now I'm getting passionate about that because like I said, I just had a loss. And like it's horrible that these people do stuff like that. Like that, it bothers people. You don't know how bad it bothers people when they lose somebody who's really close to them, and you want to sit over here and say some crap like that. Like she better be lucky that she's dealing with that kind of a person and not somebody who's gonna take their time out to dox you and find out where you live and kick your ass. Like for real. It's raining now. Hope it don't rain tomorrow. All right. I was in the kitchen. Oh, okay, cleaning. The good cops are orchestrated, 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 and are fired more than the bad cops. They are. They were ostracized. Ostracized. I'm sorry. I can't even say that damn word. But I know what you mean. But yeah, they are. The good cops are not. They're not seen as being good. They're seen as being a nuisance. How could you be being a nuisance when you're doing what's right? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, the system is asshole backwards, and it's always going to be like that until it takes the right kind of people with the right voice and doing it for the right cause to stand up and say, hey, y'all got this all wrong. Y'all need to reevaluate how y'all look at things. Like the government has always been corrupt. I'm sorry to say that, but they always say that they're for the people, but no, they've always been corrupt in that government, in our government, and the United States government. Did they wonder why United States ain't moving nowhere? Why we ain't getting nowhere? Why we're falling behind all the rest of the countries? Think about it. Because we cannot unite. We're not united. Where does the united comes in? Where does the united comes in within these states that these states that are around here? All the states in America. Where does united come it from? Because we're not united. We're really not. Like, okay, yeah, we were united when we were protesting around the world, but really not, because you still got people, like I said, that's out there that's against protesting. They're against standing up for a good cause. They're against, like, just like Candace, they're against promoting someone who this happened to just because they're a criminal, they say. This is crazy. Like, come on now. Y'all get your head on straight. Grow a head on your shoulders or something. I don't think people get that, and how that makes other people feel, right? It's like I really truly and believe that these people who talk like that, they can't be God fearing people. They gotta be a godless person to say something like that. You just can't. If you grew up in a church and you can still fix yourself to say something like that to somebody, you're a sick individual. You deserve to reap what you sow. Just because you can't go out here and say, oh, I'm gonna say this about somebody to their face and I'm gonna hurt them, but that tonight I'm gonna get on my knees and pray and ask for forgiveness. That's not how things work, baby. You got to go to the source, the one that you tried to hurt, and you need to tell them that you were wrong, that you apologize. Because what good is it gonna do for you to just keep on doing your crap and thinking that you can get forgiveness for it later on, but you can keep on doing that? No, that means you're straddling the fence. That means you're playing. That means you're lukewarm. And you either go on one side or you go on the other side. Don't straddle the fence, because if you don't, you're going to be pushed over to whatever side that God intends on pushing you over to. He will spew you out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's metaphorical. That's not literally. But you can't straddle the fence, baby. You can't. And even when people say, oh, I don't want to pick sides. I don't want to be on this side. I don't want to be on that side. I want to stay in the middle. I'm going to be unbiased. Okay, I understand that you want to be unbiased, but you still throwing out your opinion. So when you throw out your opinion, then you sit over here and say, I want to be unbiased. I don't want to pick sides. You're contradicting yourself. Either don't say nothing at all and be unbiased. Don't straddle the fence and be unbiased. Keep your mouth shut and be unbiased. That's all you got to do. Keep your mouth shut. You ain't got to say nothing. Just because you have an opinion don't mean that you need to voice your opinion. You can keep that to yourself sometimes. And people don't realize that. They feel like just because they can say it, that they're going to say it. You don't have to all the time. You can keep it to yourself. You can keep that thought in your head, because I just don't understand. Like, with some of the things that I think, it may go from US to DSA, Divided States of America, right?
just because I think a lot of stuff doesn't mean that I'm necessarily gonna say it. I think a lot of stuff. I be thinking about a lot of stuff when people are talking, when I'm talking to people and stuff. I be thinking about a lot of stuff that I would never say out loud, like as far as what I think about a certain situation, because I know some people might not take it the way I'm taking it. They might not take it the way I'm putting it out there. They might not receive it the way that I'm trying to put it out there. They might receive it in a whole different context. And then look, we got ourselves a misunderstanding because this person misunderstood what I was trying to get at with this, what I was trying to say. So I might as well keep it to myself, not say nothing at all. And people say, oh, if you do that, then that means you don't stand for nothing. That means that, if you keep it to yourself, then how's people gonna know what you're about, whatever, whatever. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. So if I am going to say something, I'm going to think about long and hard what I'm about to talk about, and then I'm going to say it. I'm not going to just let it pour out my mouth like word vomit because I don't know who it's getting on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who I'm spitting this venom at. You know what I'm saying? Like, who it could be touching. It could be touching a child. Children are really smart. They're really smart. And they listen to adults. Believe it or not, if you think your children ain't listening to you, they're listening to you. It don't matter if you're in a whole nother room talking to somebody, your child is listening to you. So you need to lead by example. What comes out of your mouth needs to be an example for your child. It needs to be a good one so that they will be led by your example so that you won't be sitting over here thinking, oh man, where did I go wrong? When that child gets older and they're doing the same shit that you thought was wrong when you was growing up or you thought was wrong, you think it's wrong right now, and you're like, damn, my child is going down that path. I never taught them this. I didn't raise them that way. Yes, you did. You just didn't realize that your child was paying attention to you that whole time. You thought that what you were telling them and the actions that you were actually doing, because they're two different things. If you're doing one thing and you're telling your child not to do that thing, but they see you doing that, you're contradicting yourself. They don't take you serious, so they're gonna do what they want to do. They're going to follow you. They're going to follow other people. Like people say, oh, I should be the only one to talk to my kid about this and talk to my kid about that. Well, if you're not leading that kind of life that you're talking to your kids about, they're going to go out and try to find it from somebody else. They're going to go out and seek knowledge from someone else. And you don't want your kid to seek knowledge from somebody who is even more worse off than what you are even worse off than what you don't believe in. Like, because children are very impressionable. That's why I feel like if we're going to say something, we're going to do something, we're going to do it our best. We're going to try to do it to the fullest. Like we can't never be perfect. Like, I'm not going to say that we can sit over here and do everything right and our kids are going to turn out all perfect and peachy keen. No, it's not like that. It's not a fairy. This is not a fairy tale. We're living real life, you know. But you can lead by example by doing the best that you can to show your child that this is the way life is supposed to be, not how mankind makes it seem, not how mankind wants to set it up for you to, go by their perception on life. Because if everybody went by mankind's perception on life, man, we'd be some messed up motherfuckers. Because we wouldn't have our own opinion about nothing. We would not. We just wouldn't. We wouldn't know which way to go in life. But since we have guidance, since we have our older generation to show us, and so we can show the younger generation how it's supposed to be. Because when I want to know something, I listen to the older folks because they've been there, done that, they already experienced it. So I listen to them. I don't think people understand real karma too smart, right? And they don't understand that you reap what you sow. They don't understand what the term what goes around comes around. They really don't understand that. And it's true. It's real, man. You have to reap what you sow. If you sow a bad seed, you're gonna reap bad harvest. Like you're gonna like if you're sowing, like, people can tell a person by the kind of fruit that they bear, like the kind of seed that they bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're reaping good seeds and you're planting good seeds and planting good fruit, like, and metaphorically speaking, people can tell what kind of character you already have inside you before you even open your mouth because of your actions. But if you're not living by your word, by what you speak, you're not living by anything. Nobody can take you for serious. Nobody's taking you serious. Like, your word is bond. So always stand behind your word. but always make your word worth something. You know what I mean? Like, don't just be saying stuff just to be saying it. Before you speak, think about what you're saying and what effect it's going to have on the next person, especially the children. When I say something and I see children around, tell me, like, do y'all notice this? If a child is around you and you're speaking in the room and you happen to look over because you feel somebody staring at you, they looking dead in your mouth, almost like they're reading your dang lips. They are paying attention. They are watching, they are listening. Even if they're standing around a corner sneak listening to you or eavesdropping, they're listening. Like right now, while I'm talking right now, my nephews is in there listening. I know they're listening to me. So I'm not gonna sit over here and say anything that I would not want them to hear, because I want them to hear. I want them to know that we need to live by what's right. We need to do what's right. We don't just need to follow the in crowd. We need to be leaders ourselves, not followers. You don't follow other people just because what it looks like they're doing is cool. No, that's not how you live your life. Because most 9 times out of 10, what they're doing is not cool at all. It's not. The person I let go, her word was never bonded, just kept lying. Marianne says, exactly. Yeah, you know what? If you lie about so many things, nobody's ever going to take you serious. Like, even when you are serious, nobody's going to take you serious because you're such a liar. You lie about every little thing. Some people lie about stuff just to start a conversation. They'll just make up a lie and just, you know, go with it. And some people even start believing their own lies because they lie so much. They start to believe it. And that's the scariest thing about it. You start to believe your own lies. That's really scary because you're speaking that into existence in your own mind. People, the tongue is very powerful. You can speak things into your life. You really can. Like if you say, "Oh, today's gonna be a messed up ass day. I'm not gonna have a good day today." You're already speaking that into your life before you even started your day. Right. Let the Holy Spirit guide you. That's right. We gotta let our conscience be our guide seriously. And I'm not being funny. Like Jiminy Cricket was saying, always let your conscience be your guide. You really do, because believe it or not, your conscience, that's what it's called, a conscience for a reason, because it's conscience. It's let me say this word right. Y'all know what I'm saying though. But it's there for a reason. The spirit of discernment, the spirit of having a conscience to, as the spirit of having sense, common sense, knowing right from wrong. It's there for a reason, because once you turn a certain age in life, you're responsible for your own actions. Your mother and father is no longer responsible for your actions. You are, because you know right from wrong. When your eyes are finally open from right to wrong, then you're responsible for your life here on out. You can't blame anybody else for the reason why you turned out the way you did. You made that choice. So that's what I be saying to the young generation too. Like, you're not always gonna be up under your parents' wing. You gotta always, the bird has to leave the nest sometime, and when it does, it has to choose which way it's gonna fly. Is it gonna fly right? Is it gonna get up and fly right? Or is it gonna just stay down and, do stay down in the dumps and do whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't live that kind of life that you're destined to live. You're just stuck in the same spot every day and wondering why your life ain't going nowhere, because you chose that. Nobody chose that for you. We have free will. We can do as we please. That's the whole thing about it. People want to always get up and blame somebody else for their problems or for what they're going through. You can't blame anybody else when you made that decision to live your life the way you wanted to. You can't blame your kids. You can't blame your mother. You can't blame nobody but your damn self. So at the end of the day, when I sit over here and I look about how I look around and see how my life is going, I say, I'm the one who put myself in this position. I'm the one who made this choice for myself. Nobody else did. It was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that either, that they have free will. Some people act like, oh, you made me go this way. You influenced me. You peer pressured me. No, you made that choice, because can't nobody peer pressure you enough for you to make a choice that you didn't want to make. You wanted to make that choice, and that's the choice that you made. So don't put it on anybody else on how your life is going when you made the choice to live your life that way. Y'all, I got 5 more minutes. I'm going to be on here. Cause I am so tired, y'all. I can't even see straight. Seriously, I'm probably gonna roam these what am I gonna say? These YouTube streets. I almost called it something else, a different site. But anyways, I'm gonna roam these YouTube streets and see what's going on, see what everybody's talking about. Cause I'm nosy. So I like to be nosy. But as I was saying though, y'all, like at the end of the day, we're responsible for ourselves. So don't go blaming any of your problems on somebody else. Oh Lord, Nicole Tyler just went on y'all talking about this BS person. Anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to get on here and say that because sometimes when you have a death in the family or you have somebody that you lost, it really makes you think long and hard about your life. It always does. It makes you reflect on what kind of life am I leading right now? Could this happen to me soon? You always end up reflecting on yourself when tragedy strikes. Nobody cares about it until it strikes, though. They don't care about how they're living. They don't think twice about how they're living until something hits close to home to make you wake up and realize, hmm, what am I actually doing with my life? What will be known of me when I am gone? Some people even think about how other people's gonna feel when they're gone. You know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. When you're gone off this earth, when you're no more, when it's your last day, when it is your last day on this earth, they're gonna moan, they're gonna cry, they're gonna groan. But after a few weeks of all that, or however long it is, they're gonna keep continue living because you can't die because someone else did. They're gonna continue living, they're gonna laugh again, they're gonna smile again, they're gonna conversate again, they're gonna go on with their life. So, like I said, make what you do count, make it prosperous, make it productive, do what you got to do in life for yourself because at the end of the day, you're responsible for you. And when it comes time for judgment, God is not going to sit over here and ask you about someone else. He's going to ask you about you. He's going to ask you questions about yourself and what did you do? What did you do on this earth? How did you live your life? How did you lead your life? And why did you lead your life the way you did? Even though he already knows, he likes to hear it come out of our mouths about ourselves, because like when he knew that Eve ate the apple off well, I'm not going to say apple. We don't know what kind of fruit it was. The forbidden fruit off the tree. His spirit was like lingering. His spirit was walking in the garden. They like I'm going to say how the Bible says it. Like his spirit of the Lord of God was in the garden, roaming around the garden, and he came across Adam and them, and Adam and Eve was hiding their bodies because they were ashamed of themselves because their eyes had been opened after eating the forbidden fruit, and they had seen they had known the right from wrong, and they had seen that they were realized they were naked, and God asked them why they were hiding, and they said because they were ashamed, and he said, how did you know you were naked? It's because they ate the fruit. But he already knew that before he asked them. He already knew because he made us and he already knows. So, like I said, at the end, when this is all said and done, God already knows what we have done in this life. It's up to us. We're going to have to confess with our own tongues of the life that we lived on this earth. If we made it a life to love, to love afterward, a life that was worth something, or a life to be ashamed of. Like, will you be ashamed of the life that you live? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that every day if you have to. Where am I going to be ashamed of the life that I have led? Or am I going to turn it around today and I'm going to make something different happen so that when my time is here and it's time for me to go, I won't have to be ashamed of anything that I've done. Even if I've done something wrong in the past, what I'm doing now in the present is making a difference, and I'm changing over a new leaf. I'm turning over a new leaf in my life. I'm beginning to see things as though they were, and not, I'm beginning to see things as though they are and not as they were. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm changing my life for the better. And that's how I feel like all of us need to look ahead sometime and to realize, not think about what we're doing that's going to affect like the present. Think about what's going to affect your future for real. You have to think outside the box. Sometimes you have to step outside of all the chaos and all that and look around and see, you know, what's going on around me. Like, what do I need to do to make a change today? What do I need to do to, make this life a better life for me, for my family, for my children, whoever? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Y'all, we all make our lives the way we want it, good or bad. That's right, Marianne. We do. We really do. And y'all, I've been on here for an hour. I just wanted to come on here and talk to y'all, chop it up like I always do. And I promised y'all I was going to come back. But right now, I am so tired. I'm just talking and talking and talking. But, I'm glad that I get to talk to y'all and, just tell y'all what's on my mind, even when it's a lot and it's all jumbled and bumbled up. But, anyways, I get to leash it all out on my platform, and I'm glad about that. But yeah, I want y'all to have a great, blessed, prosperous night and an even more prosperous day tomorrow. And be blessed, and be a blessing too. Be blessed as well as be a blessing to someone else because that's what we all need. We need each other to survive. We really do. And I love y'all and I thank y'all for sticking in here with me. And Marianne, I'm going to message you when I get off of here and let you know where I'm at over here on these YouTube streets. Because I'm trying to find somewhere to go settle in for the night. As far as, on these YouTube streets, settling somebody's life until I fall asleep. Yeah, so anyways, because shoot, I'm telling y'all, when I say it's been a day, it's been a day. But I'm gonna make the best of it. And y'all, have a good one and keep on supporting each other. And thank you for supporting me. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank y'all so much. And like I said, y'all have a blessed night and I will see y'all later. So let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, I was gonna try to get this link, but I guess it's not working. But yeah, if I see y'all on these YouTube streets, then I'll see y'all on these YouTube streets. Oh my gosh, we have a fire going on up in the mountains and it's pretty bad. It looks like Mount Lemon. That's what we call it, and it's on fire. Oh my gosh, Marianne. Wow, we're gonna have to pray for them so nobody will get their homes destroyed because it's really a tragedy when people have all their possessions just go up to ash. And that's so horrible. And I be feeling bad for the people who lose everything just like that overnight, just gone. So, I'm gonna lift them up in prayer. Right. The apple Adam went ahead and took a bite of the apple when they did not listen him at and Eve, they did not listen to God and they ate that apple. Yeah. They ate the forbidden fruit when they weren't supposed to. So, you know, we gotta listen. We gotta listen. When people tell us not to do something, it's probably for our own good. So it's good to listen, instead of having to fall down and bump your head and listen that way. For you don't so you don't have to fall down and bump your head in order to learn a lesson. You should listen from right off the bat, especially if it makes sense, especially if it feels like it's not doing anything that's going to harm you. If somebody tells you, hey, don't do that, hey, don't do it this way. So yeah. But okay, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I've been on here for I just try to stay maybe a full hours at times. But I do more time when I'm having a very, very good intellectual conversation. But tonight, I'm like, y'all, I'm tired. My voice is all scratchy and deep and stuff. I sound like a man. Nah. So yeah, I'm gonna go rest my throat, rest my vocal cords, because I think I've been yelling at my dogs a little bit too much too, because they've been being bad today. They've been some little bad munchkins. So yeah. Um, then I think yeah, shoot, go get me some snacks or something like something sweet. I feel like I'm craving something sweet. I always start craving something sweet late at night. It's crazy. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna see y'all around on these YouTube streets and y'all have a blessed night. And thank you for sticking in there with me, the three people that stuck in there with me right now. I promise y'all I'll be back with something better tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's almost 11 o'clock now out here. But I'll be back with some better commentary tomorrow. Right now I'm just like tired. Can't really think straight. But yeah, because that's how mentally tired I am about this whole situation that happened. What I told y'all. I mean, it's so crazy how one little thing can drain you so bad. I really don't understand that about myself yet. But I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. But anyways, y'all have a great night. God bless. Thank you for joining me, like I said, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.